Hi, I'm Monica Tindall from the Yum List, and today we've been invited to do a very special experience at Vantador, a steakhouse in Kuala Lumpur. Today we're going to be trying 6 premium steaks, and we get to taste them side by side. It's literally a carnivore's dream. Today we're going to have the chance to try wet-aged steak, dry-aged steak, and also 2 of the most premium steaks in the entire world. So let's begin.
Enjoy your steak.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so this is the wet-aged Angus. It smells pretty good. You can get that fresh char from the grill on there. It's quite juicy when you poke in. You can really see the juiciness just at the slightest touch of the fork or knife. It has quite a clean taste to it. It's quite buttery in the mouth. It's extraordinarily juicy. It's delicious. So look at this beauty. This one's been dry aged for 30 days. This one's a little bit tougher to slice in. Extremely juicy though. It's perfectly cooked. Look at that. Nicely charred around the edges. You can see a little bit more cooked around, and in the middle, beautifully pink. The fat in this one really seems to come out in the mouth. The flavor's a little bit more intense than the wet aged.
60 days.
So this is the 60-day dry aged. The aromas are a little bit more intense than the 30-day. As I'm slicing in here, I can feel it's a little bit bouncier. The texture's a little bit firmer than the 30-day. As I mentioned, it's quite beefy. The flavors are quite robust. This is a 200-day dry aged. Wow, so when this one comes down, you can really smell the aromas. They're quite distinct. Really, I'm after this core, so I'm going to cut right in here to the middle. Wow, that flavor is really intense. It's very robust. All in, I definitely couldn't eat too much of this. It really is like a salami or a cured meat, is how I describe the flavor, or a really mature cheese, something that's been aged for quite some time. So we've just finished the comparison of the dry-aged steaks. What we're going to do now is move on and compare 2 of the most premium steaks in the world, the Wagyu and the Rubegayega. Here we have a tomahawk of the Wagyu. The Wagyu needs no introduction to the Malaysian market. I think this is quite a popular steak here. The aroma is quite subtle, and it really is quite a tender, buttery piece of steak. Very gentle flavors. Thank you. So this is the last steak we're trying for today. It's called the Rubegayega. This one's been dry aged for 30 days. It's a premium steak from Spain. Comes from the northern region of Galicia. These cows have typically been raised for around 8 to 10 years before they've been slaughtered. These are generally happy cows that have lived a good, strong life. So this one's distinctively more aromatic than the Wagyu. Notice it's quite spongy as you press down as well. Now that's a beautifully cooked piece of steak. The texture's a little firmer than the Wagyu, whereas the Wagyu was melt in the mouth, slice it like butter type cliche. This one's a little bit firmer. It's still quite a tender steak. It takes a couple of chews to finish, but when you're getting this much flavor, I'd sacrifice just a touch of that tenderness to get this depth of flavor. Out of these 6, all of them were gorgeous. All of them I think would satisfy meat eaters. Apart from the 200 days, a little bit too much for me. But my top pick is the Rubegayega. But don't take my opinion for it. It is, as tastes are all personal. Come to Vantador, try them yourself, and let us know what you think is the best steak. But now, if you don't mind, I'm going to finish my steak.